Join TWR in 2023. TWR Thirsty Thursday and Lotto Picks. Stay tuned at the end for new upcoming events. How's TWR doing thus far? All right, so let's talk about shop. We went ahead and entered this swing trade of the $45 put, exit 17 March. We entered at 115. Oh, and by the way, don't forget that time and date stamp because you know we keep things legit around here. And we went ahead and exited this contract today. We exited out at 310, and that gave us $195 per contract on the day. Let's talk about this trade right here, Manu. Now, this is a soccer team that is looking to go out into the market and be acquired, and it has some great interest from a lot of different countries. But today, Qatar jumped in on it, and we had a good luck with this trade back a while ago, and we went ahead and double dipped into it today, and we got into that $30 call, 17 March, just to give us a little bit of some breathing room, and we entered at 110. And we scaled out of this, took some, left some. The stuff we took ended up making $88 per contract, and we got some to swing for tomorrow. Let's talk about the SPY trade, man. I got a lot of heat for going on this because of the bullish move we had yesterday, but I knew we were hitting buyer's exhaustion. So we went ahead and went in at 411 put, made it out to 17 February, give us a little breathing room, entered at 150. And of course, as I always say, patience pays, guys. That SPY trade ended up netting us $210 per contract off of the flip, and that is what I call fire. And talk about catching a falling knife. Look at this trade we got on Tesla today. We took that 205 put, 17 February, entered at 120. Boom! Tesla. Exit 535. That's $345 per contract. And once again, that is how you take money straight to the bank. Taking the total on the day, we had 195 per contract, 88 per contract, 210 per contract, 345 per contract. Assuming at least you took one trade per alert near my entry and exit, you would have netted $838 on the day. More contracts, of course, equal more money. $100 to $1,000 per day is possible when you're a TWR market warrior. So quit wasting money. That's not making money. Join TWR. The links are in the description. What's hot and what's not? Well, the market started off kind of hot and then fizzled out to kind of just a little eking up to the upside. And then all of a sudden, boom, everything came crashing down. And you know what? TWR was right there to scoop it up. There's a heat map so you can kind of see a picture representation of what the market was doing. Pictures are out and it looks like a bloody mess. But that's okay because when there's blood in the water, Traders War Room, we become sharks. Sector performance today, nothing was immune. Everything took a dump. Consumer discretionary and technology definitely were the laggers today. Flow, a lot more bear than bull. Big moves happening over there in the dark pool sector. QQQ actually took a leg up over the SPY, and we got some new names on there. Here's your unusual options, and you guys already know what we like about this. This gives us ideas into what could potentially make those dramatic pushes. Here's some of your highest IV tickers, and remember what we like about implied volatility is that this is the cue into a dramatic shift. Here are your top gainers for the day. Here are your top losers on the day and your most active stocks that were moving and shaking today. Here's some tickers that hit golden crosses today. And the reason why golden crosses are important is because a golden cross where you get a cross to the upside with a passing of moving averages usually signifies some continued upward momentum. And just like the golden cross, when you get the death cross, you get the cross to the downside with the moving averages. And basically, this is showing a good indication of continued pressure to the downside. Here are your top trending tickers. And remember, these are just tickers that are just moving either on sentiment, on retail enthusiasm, maybe because of some sort of catalyst. But these are the ones that people are talking about. Now on the news sector, the top news, a stock market catastrophe in the making. The popularity of these risky option bets has Wall Street on the edge. And what it's talking about is the rise in the short-term derivative type of trade, okay? Instead of going long and looking further out into, mini leaps and leaps, or purchasing the stocks and riding, calls and puts and stuff like this. A lot of these traders are going on to these zero DTE SPY trades or these short-term same-day contract options, and it has a lot of flow coming in. However, it's the type of flow that is really messing up the skew of the underlying market. Next top news, the SEC is charging a crypto investor with fraud. And this is just another blow into the crypto market. So definitely crypto's been on a boom here recently with some of the smaller stable coins actually starting to really ramp up their production and making some decent returns. But what goes up must come down. It's just another hit into the crypto industry that the SEC doesn't like with the lack of regulation and oversight. So expect some downtrending pressure from some recent highs that the crypto market has seen. And not top news, but noteworthy, DoorDash just explodes on decent quarter results. Guys, we knew that DoorDash was popular. I mean, you hear it all the time, and I don't know about you, but I got teenage kids, and all they use is DoorDash for their foods and stuff. When we got food in the refrigerator, they're ordering DoorDash because, well, it's the thing that these kids nowadays do. So DoorDash is definitely on the rise, and they even have talks about them going more into logistical support than just the food market. So it's interesting to see how far they can go. Cisco absolutely crushed it, and this is one of those that is a kind of a weatherproof type of stock. So this might be a good opportunity to kind of get into this, because if you look back in history, Cisco typically does very well during recessions. And then going into these overpaid CEOs are taking pay cuts. Well, they got to take some pay cuts, okay, because they've been getting just outlandish prices and stuff, and they have to take some pay cuts as well because everything is getting laid off. People are getting laid off, money's getting tight, so they got to take some pay cuts so they increase some margins. Stocks I like for trades. Let's talk about SPY here. I got two triggers. We got a top trigger, we got a bottom trigger, but I'm thinking that we get more downtrending pressure. We've been trying to breach the top levels, and we keep getting that buyer's exhaustion, and we keep making lower highs and higher lows. So I do think that we're headed towards breaking that 405 barrier that seems to be really decent support, and that will get a nice push to the downside. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about DraftKings next. DraftKings absolutely took off like a rocket ship off of earnings. However, DraftKings is one of those that likes to move very quickly to the upside, and it likes to retract almost as quick as it takes off. So I'm actually looking this for some cool down period, because I think people are going to take profits on this since they've been in for a while, and we're going to be looking to the put side first, then the long side second. I'm going to give you two trigger points, and with that said, this is going to be the first alert of the Lotto Fridays that we're going to try to make some money on. We start peeking out and we start to see that buyer's exhaustion at the top. We're going to go ahead and look for this trade first. I'm going to look at that 17.5 put. We're going to push out into March, and we're going to try to get our price range within the bid and the ask. Since I'm looking to the put side, that doesn't mean we can't get that continuation to the upside. So we're also going to go ahead and look at the $20 call. Same expiration date. We're looking out in that March 17th area, but we're looking for this one if we get the continued momentum to the upside. Dash absolutely just destroyed earnings, and this could be one that we see a lot of continuation in because it's a popular ticker, also deals with some logistics and stuff like that, basically some freight, and they got a good potential for some forward guidance that seems to be pretty robust. STEM, we're getting some sideways motion on this one, and I actually like this. I think that we're gonna probably find support here at the bottom, and we could start peaking back up. It's been bouncing around a lot. I mean, we have been making some lower highs and lower lows. So we have to watch for that downtrending momentum. But if we find that bounce from that support in that $8.50 range, somewhere like there, we could probably ride this up for a nice $1.50 to $2 movement. Veil, we got a nice little range right here, and I would be betting that this goes to the upside. I think that if we can breach that $17 range, it'd be pretty safe to go ahead and go long on this one, capturing some of that downtrending pressure that we got here recently. AMAT getting tight in range. I like this one. We got the bottom trigger at that 113.89. We could look at that as say 114, something like that. And we got the 119, 120 for the top trigger. This thing is looking ripe for a push either way. This is another 50-50 trade. Toast is an interesting one here. I do like this one long term. It absolutely got destroyed on earnings, and the earnings even weren't that bad. It was just some of the guidance that investors got a little spooked on. But I think at this level, it finds some support down here, and I like this one for the bounce play. So I would be looking to go long on this one, and in fact, I'm going to go ahead and give you another free alert. If our trigger to the upside pulls off, we're going to look at that $21 call. Again, we're pushing everything out into March. We're giving ourselves plenty of time. If we get that continued pressure to the downside, we're going to go ahead and look at the $20 put, same expiration date, and this one will be only if we can clear the downside of the trigger that's in play. And I told my buddy via DM that I would cover A, B, and B, right? All right, so absolutely got destroyed on puts off for earnings. Okay, did a lot of trade puts. It just took off like a roller coaster and it is gone, right? Well, okay, that's fine. We got the step ladder approach. We're up one, a little cool down, up two, a little cool down, up three, a little cool down. Listen, anytime you take the ladder going up, you got to take the ladder coming down. And so I think we get the downward pressure. And because of that, I think we come to the downside. And I'm going to give you one more. That is right. 3 free alerts on this Thirsty Thursday, Lotto Friday video, man. I love you guys. I want you guys to go out there and make some money. This is a little bit more expensive, and I get that, okay? But A, B, and B has a higher premium, and it has a lot of implied volatility. So the contracts are always going to be expensive, and you can't go too far out the money because it doesn't shift dramatically like a Tesla or like a SPY or something like that. So we're going to look at this 130 put. Again, pushing out in March, giving ourselves plenty of time. And yes, it is a little expensive, so you want to get the best price you can. Wait for this, if you can, to get it on another push to the upside if we see that one, and you can get yourself a better price. Upcoming TWR classes. Plan your battles with Traders War Room classes. Join TWR on 19 February at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time and learn to day trade using candles, volume, and momentum with guest instructor Diesel Trades. Quit stressing over the market, trading for losses instead of gains. With a heavy hitter like Diesel guiding your trades, you could be done trading, chilling 30 minutes after the bell, or stuck in a corner crying, thinking, well, I'm sure you can think of a few things. Join us on 19 February at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time and learn to be a killer day trader and only worry about one thing: how to count your freaking money. 19 February, we go live, and I can't wait to see you in class. Register online at traderswarroom.com/upcoming classes. Make the market bend the knee in 2023. Join TWR and bow to no one. Traders War Room is your one-stop shop. Try our TWR one-to-one mentoring. Does the market have you feeling like this, or wanting to rip your hair out while you watch your account dwindle? If that's you, then Traders War Room has you covered. Our one-to-ones focus on you as a trader or investor. The Zoom session connects you with a TWR professional. Whether we're covering charts, developing a plan of attack, or being strategic and deep diving on the how, why, and execution of trade plans. TWR one-to-ones will give you the confidence to attack, conquer, destroy, and make the market bend the knee in 2023. Join TWR and bow to no one. Book your session today. The link is in the description or on the website at traderswarroom.com. Let's go to war. Traders War Room Trading University is happy to announce open registration for our next option fundamental course. Did Wall Street make you feel like a complete loser in 2022? Or was everything going great and you blinked just for a split second and got repeatedly kicked in the you-know-what over and over again? TWR is here to help you. Our university's fundamental course is an in-depth 5-week-long course that's done live via Zoom platform. Our virtual classroom is where you can interact with the instructor, other students, or see copies of the classes right there on the platform and rivals that of traditional online education. Testimonials from previous class graduates are proof that our cradle-to-the-grave approach works in giving you consistently profitable skills to trade options. Registration is open today. Links are in the description or go to traderswarroom.com. I will see you there. Let's go to war. Join the TWR Investment Club. Check out our free chat to learn more. That's it, team. Don't forget, make the market bend the knee in 2023. Join TWR and bow to no one. The link is in the description or on the website at traderswarroom.com. Let's go to war.